I guess everything's set up. How are you all doing? New space, new setup. So, again, you guys are gonna see me just end the video. So, basically, messed up on the tips yesterday. Well, didn't necessarily mess up. A lot of. Let me just explain the drama, and it's gonna lead up to the spontaneous trip or trick I'll give you guys today. Late, really late, but okay. So basically, I had a commission from 1 year ago. Well, 2 year, 2014. Okay, that was before I went off and did the freelancing thing. And of course, knowing it was a friend, well, a friend's brother, I didn't, ask half up front or any amount up front. It's just like back in that time, I was like, when the drawing's done, it's done. We'll do the exchange then. Big mistake, because that fucker made me wait at least a fucking year before trying to set that thing up. And I won't shy because I won't shy about calling this person a fucker because this person has like terrible habits, and I guess I should have known better than to trust such crass. No joke. I'm putting this person in bottom of the bottom in that point. Like there's a lot of things relating to that person, especially it's like holy shit, this person has a kid, really? Oh my god. So um anyhow, so recently we had to set up a rendezvous because that person couldn't meet up. Last weekend it was a tad bit too late. Okay, sure, calling at 8, whatever. So at this point, okay, let's meet up on Friday. Let's set this up a week in advance. Friday at this time, I'll call you just to get a reconfirmation and blah blah blah. So something happens with my phone. My phone kind of fucks up, and I have to talk with with my provider about trying to get it fixed within a week or so. Oh shit, how am I going to reconfirm tonight? Confirmed on Facebook. Sent messages, of course, and didn't get any reply, but I did notice that this message was seen at this time at, one confirmation was 6 p.m., like a couple of minutes before I sent the first message, 6 p.m. yesterday. And then another confirmation because I sent another message saying, have you received this? So I saw another confirmation of seen 9 p.m. Two occasions. All right, so person's kind of up to date, right? Today, all right, I know my phone situation. Let's try to track down someone else or try to get some help. Asked a random neighbor, really chill person. I'm gonna have to draw her a sketch just for that. If I could borrow her phone, she was like, yeah, sure. All right. Picked up my old phone, checked the number, and then boom, called here. Person responds saying, "Hi, who is this?" And I'm like, I explained the whole lowdown and asking, "So, at what time are we going to be able to meet? Because my phone is." And I'm like, this person didn't really just hang up. I redial, nothing. Second time, nothing. Third time, nothing. Whoa! Oh! Oh! That is putting you on a blacklist right away. Now, again, when we come to the tip part and when we come for a proper analysis of that situation, what's the first thing I should have done? Something I should have known back in 2014, but now seeing that it's like the third time since I went into full freelancing, blah blah blah, that this has happened. Well, you gotta ask for half up front. This kind of, I never, you know me, I never really liked this practice. I never really liked doing this in convention, even when people were outside of Montreal, and were definitely fine with paying the full amount before getting the commission. I was never, that niche I had. I never wanted to do that, or I was never down with that. This is a reason why I need to fucking do that. And even though I personally feel that this kind of poisons the well for everyone else, as a freelancer and as an artist, it is a very, it's a mandatory thing. Whenever you're gonna do commissions, unless it's gonna take you an hour, less than an hour, fuck it, less than a fucking hour, unless it's gonna be that, you ask half up front. Because you are going to land on scumbags which I have faced and now placed on a well-formulated blacklist. And who knows, I might take pot shots by doing little caricatures just to make fun of him. But I wouldn't advise that, okay? Especially if you write their names. You know, if it's a blunt caricature, yeah, go for it. But now that that has happened, this is a mandatory thing I will do for my further contracts or my future contracts as a freelancer when it comes to this kind of work. And even though this person was on my old prices, it is still time that have just been wasted plus printing price because I had to print the damn thing afterwards to give it to him as a poster. Ironically, this was for his daughter, baby daughter, new baby daughter. Shows you what kind of daddy she has. As for the other kid that they have, apparently he's a real little devil. So I'm I'm washed away from that situation. But for the entirety of first day, I was salty as fuck. Had to play some Binding of Isaac 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yet that's a course of action now. Just half up front. If the person shies away from it or can't due to budget, then they can't afford your commission. That's it. That's all. They shouldn't contact you for a job. They shouldn't, if they can't trust you, why should you trust them? It's a trust basis, okay? With half up, with half up front, it's keeping you in check and them in check. Because you are going to be doing your job, you need to do your job. Like as an artist, you, me, as artists, we need to do our job, okay? So half up front, the pressure is here, but the pressure is needed, okay? And then half up front on their end keeps them a reminder that they've paid half for what they've commissioned. And two, if they bail out like Douchey McGee over there, you at least have half. Tension's gonna happen, like if he ever passes by our common friend's place or his brother's place and me being in there, might have to call him, tell him to get the fuck out. But, no need to kick his ass. I mean, honestly, life will do. No need to get violent over such things. But life, karma just hits back like a train at one point. And I do believe karma is gonna strike when it comes to these people. And like I said, it's around the third or fourth contract that had happened in my entire career. Two of these happening, or three of these happening before I went full-time freelancer. Now I'm like, fuck it, half up front. That's it. That's all. And good business make good clients. So at that point, if you already do a good job, if you don't bail out, or if they don't bail out, then there's chances of you getting, doing that wheel. Like they liked your work, you liked working with them. You might have another team up, Marvel versus Capcom style, not Capcom versus SNK. Ooh, SNK's dropped the ball on that, but you know what I mean, right? Just being in all of this goes with being a bit more, how do you say, less. Not saying more aggressive, but being a bit more uptight when it comes to these rules. No need to go like full-fledged, you need to give this much or else, but you at least want to set a level of base, and the same goes for numbers of revision. That's another thing that I had to deal with, and I think I spoke with you guys before. Numbers of revision, you gotta cap it. It has to be capped. I've dealt with at least one or two clients that made me redo up to 10 times. And it's like, you know what? Up to 10 times, that's more than the budget allowed for the project. Plus, not saying I'm wasting my time, but I am technically doing overtime, free overtime. And that's bad because I need the bread, right? You need the bread as an artist. So, and when I say the bread, I mean like monetary value and all that. It's a common term. But that's the thing. So you can't constantly redo pieces or add up stuff. There has to be a limit, or else you're working for free. And nobody wants to do overtime for free because you're basically losing money in a sense. If you're not gaining money in that regards, you are losing money. You may get a finer piece of work for yourself and your client, yet you are not getting the monetary revenue for it. Could be good for advertisement or could be not. That's the dice game or the coin flip, you know. Maybe it's going to be, maybe it's not going to be. But at the same time, why place a coin flip when the direct revenue, or let's say if you add overtime charges in your original contract, already gives you a base amount of revenue. No coin flipping there, you know, it's not up to random values. As much as I love Binding of Isaac, I am not going to play that game with my life and career. And so should you not. Or so should you, in a sense. Sorry, my Canadianness is the do's and don't. So, alright, revision. Two things. One, half up front. You don't want to be as salty as I was. I'm still kind of fucking salty, but I'll get over it with some gameplay and more artwork with my new setup. New setup and positioning, you know, it's just positioning. It's not even anything new. But I can at least have my drawing board and PC. Two, you, if there's revisions, you got to add, you know, limits and monetary value to extra revisions, you know, because you don't want to be dragged in a project where it's like you're gonna add this, you're gonna add that, you're gonna add this, you're gonna add that, and you're gonna do it for free or exposure money. Yeah, fuck that. I'm really salty. You can see the salt. More salt than a bad game or a bad set of rounds in Street Fighter. That is genuine salt. Taste it. Yet these are problems you can land onto or land into, and if you have a personality like I did, where, you know, I was a tad bit shyer on that whole aspect, I didn't want to put pressure on the clients. Now that my fucking finances are on the line, and to a certain degree my life or my secondary revenue, oh yeah, fuck this. The attitude, the martyr, this kind of attitude. I say martyr, you know, again linking back to religion, but that whole thing. Oh yeah, that's out the window. F that. You don't want to lose health or lose things in your life because of trying to be too nice, you know. Again, it's all about balance, and that's a part of balance that I'm working on. And that's a tip, you know, if you guys have these issues, I hope this helps. If you don't, and you already knew that, then hey, that's fine, you know. We all learn different ways, okay? And it's easy to say, oh, you could have done that because I knew this, yet you can't. You can't be in someone else's personality, you know, you can't be in someone else's mind. So, anyhow, those are the tips for the late Friday trip or tip, or maybe this is going to be get uploaded on Saturday, who knows. In the meantime, gonna try to post some more stuff on Instagram. I did have approval to post some of one of the two projects I'm working on or talking about. You know, I do have approval, so I'll be able to do some tablet screenshots just to make sure that it remains, you know, uploady in a sense. You, compared to people who will just take that shit and use it on their own projects. It has been done before. Watch out, online communities. I'm out. I can see you, or you can see me on Instagram, the ROM HQ on Facebook. I'll see what I can post on Twitter, but now we'll see what happens, alright? Now, because of this new setup, you are clearly seeing me stop this video right here and now. I don't even have my macros yet. It's just a change of place, man. I'll make a video about that, alright? So remember, settle your shit with your clients, people.